Have you ever experienced or witnessed something that completely changed your life overnight? There are some stories that leave nothing the same after they happen. In 1987, in a small American town, an ordinary family was wiped out in a single night, and all that was left behind were unanswered questions. The Dardeen family lived in a small and quiet town called Ena in the state of Illinois. Keith Dardeen was 29 years old. He had a stable job and was known as a quiet and responsible man. His wife, Elaine, was 30. She loved music and played the piano at their local church. They had a 2-year-old son named Peter. Elaine was also pregnant, expecting their second child. From the outside, they appeared to be a normal, peaceful family. But there was something most people didn't know. Keith believed the area was becoming increasingly dangerous. On the morning of November 18th, 1987, Keith didn't show up for work. This was extremely unusual for him. When calls went unanswered, police went to the family's home to check on them. Inside, they found a horrifying scene. Elaine and little Peter were dead. Due to severe injuries, Elaine had gone into labor, but the newborn did not survive. Keith was nowhere to be found. Naturally, police initially suspected him. However, further investigation quickly revealed that he was not the killer. The following day, Keith's body was discovered in a nearby field. He had been murdered as well. At that moment, one thing became clear. This was not a family-related crime. The Dardeen family had been the victims of a deliberate and targeted attack. But the most disturbing part was this. The killer, or killers, had left almost no trace behind. Police immediately deepened the investigation. They combed through the Dardeen home, but found no signs of forced entry or missing valuables. Neighbors and friends were questioned, but no one had seen anything suspicious. The family's life appeared completely normal from the outside. But upon closer inspection, small but meaningful details began to emerge. In the kitchen, coffee cups had been moved, and a few papers were scattered across the table. In the backyard, some footprints were found in the soil, but it was impossible to tell where they led or who left them. Phone records showed that Elaine had made a few brief calls in the days before, but none contained any threats. The police were evaluating every situation that could possibly be suspicious, but they couldn't find anything. The police also checked security cameras in the town, but in 1987 the system was limited, and almost nothing had been recorded. The townspeople tried to continue their normal lives, but one question lingered. What was the reason behind this horrific attack, and was the killer still out there? In the following days, the police found several strange but conflicting clues. The footprints in the yard did not match the family's shoe sizes and led in different directions. Neighbors reported hearing a strange vehicle that night, but they couldn't recall the type or license plate. On the day Keith disappeared, some townspeople noticed he hadn't returned home and didn't go to work as usual. These inconsistencies led police to believe that this was a planned attack. The killer or killers must have observed the family beforehand. Rumors began to circulate in the town. Some suggested the Dardeens might have crossed paths with the wrong people, but the police stated that this was purely speculation with no concrete evidence to support it. As the investigation progressed, police realized this was no simple robbery or random attack. The killer seemed to have planned every move in advance. Everyone in the town lived in fear. Behind every door, in every shadow, there was a sense of danger. People now understood how an ordinary life could be wiped out overnight. The police were still grappling with unanswered questions. Why the Dardeens? Who did this? And for what reason? No one knew the answers. These questions would echo in the town for years, becoming a haunting mystery. The Dardeen murders remained unsolved for years, and investigators suggested a few possible suspects. The most discussed was Tommy Lynn Sells, a known serial killer in the U.S., who, according to some reports, may have been in the Illinois area at the time of the murders. However, it is crucial to note, Sells was never officially charged with this crime. There is no concrete evidence or DNA match linking him to the Dardeen case. Additionally, some researchers speculated about a transient attacker, possibly a truck driver or temporary worker, who may have been in town briefly before disappearing. But again, no name, no photo, no solid evidence. These suspects remain theoretical possibilities, and nothing has ever been proven. What happened to the Dardeen family remains unexplained to this day. Despite all these years, the case was never officially closed. A family with no known enemies, no warning signs, wiped out in a single night. This case shows us one disturbing truth. Even the quietest places can hide the darkest stories. Maybe the killer is still alive, or maybe the truth was buried forever. But the unanswered questions remain. Why the Dardeen family? Why that night? And most importantly, was it really random? This is my first video, and today we covered the chilling story of the Dardeen family. This video and channel does not glorify or promote crime. Our sole purpose is to explore unsolved and mysterious cases and present them to you. On this channel, you will see many more similar stories in the future. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Finally, in the case of the Dardeen family, the killer has still never been found. Perhaps they are still alive, or perhaps they have long since passed. Since this is my first video, it might feel a bit amateurish. I welcome both positive and negative feedback, and I take your critiques seriously. See you in the next video.